Welcome to Sandy Journeys. Top 5 tips to enjoy Disneyland in summer. Number 5, be early. I recommend that you arrive 30 minutes before park opening time, which is 9 a.m. for all guests and 8 a.m. for those guests staying at Disneyland resorts and taking advantage of their early magic hours. This allows you to be at the Fantasyland and Tomorrowland attractions when they open. Not all attractions will be open, including Toontown and the Star Wars Launch Bay. Number 4, Max Pass. For $10 per person per day, you can get an unlimited amount of Max Passes and photographs for that day. This allows you to skip the lines, which can get quite long in the summer. Now, you still might wait 30 minutes for some Max Passes, but trust me, this is shorter than the hour-plus long lines in the regular standby entrance. It benefits you to select the first available Max Pass for that day, which gives you an earlier time to select your second Max Pass. You will want to make note of this time and select a Max Pass as soon as you are able. This will give you the best bang for your buck and allow you to select as many Max Passes as possible. Number 3, dress appropriately. Park is open from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. And if you plan on making the most of your day, you will do a lot of walking. I walked 10 to 11 miles on average per day. So bring walking shoes and make sure they're comfortable ones. Don't bring flip-flops unless you're planning on changing them out when you go on a ride that can get wet. That probably is a good idea, so that you don't end up walking in your wet shoes for the remainder of the day. In the morning and the evening, temperatures can be quite lower than expected for a summer day, and it will benefit you to bring a sweater with you. However, in the middle of the day, you will want some protective clothing, sunblock, sunglasses, and perhaps even a cap. However, I will have to say that I was quite surprised with how pleasant this summer day was in comparison to the hot, humid summer days of Disney World. Number 2, single rider lines. While you're waiting for your next Max Pass, take advantage of the 4 available single rider lines: Splash, Matterhorn, Space Mountain, and Indiana Jones. You will be separated from your party, and this does not guarantee that the line will actually be shorter. In fact, when we went to the Indiana Jones single rider line, the ride had just shut down, and there were a lot of people returning for Fast Pass and Max Pass, and the standby entrance was very long, so the single rider line was longer than expected. In other lines, such as Matterhorn and Space Mountain, the single rider line was much shorter than the standby line. Number 1, plan ahead. Download the Disneyland app or go to disneyland.disney.go.com and get to know the park, where the rides are located, what the typical wait times are, when parades are, when shows are, and what special events are going on at this time. Right now, Pixar Fest is going on, and we'll get to that in a moment. Meal times are a particular thing to plan ahead of time. It's a good idea to get a good breakfast prior to entering the park. The Storyteller Cafe at Californian Hotel and Spa is open early and offers character dining buffet. There are many quick service options inside the park, including the Golden Horseshoe, where you can get this root beer float in a special boot. Alien Pizza Planet is another great choice, where you can get the Supernova Pizza and the Macaroon. Or stop by the Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe, where you can get some really cute cake pops. All of this and more can be found at the Pixar Fest Food Guide, downloaded ahead of time for more information. You may perhaps prefer table service for your lunch and dinner options. Of these, the best is the Blue Bayou, unless of course you know someone who can get you into Club 33. If you are, please invite me. Otherwise, Blue Bayou it is. Although Cafe Orleans is a great alternative. I do recommend reservations for any table service restaurant. There is a whole lot more to Pixar Fest, including the Pixar Play Parade and the Together Forever fireworks show. If Pixar isn't your thing, this is a great time to ride some rides as the lines are generally shorter. However, if you want to enjoy these things, which are only available until September 3rd, you will want to arrive early to get your spot. Another great time to ride rides is when the masses go to lunch and dinner and bedtime, which means eating a little earlier than expected for lunch or later than expected for lunch, and the same for dinner, and staying way late until midnight when people tend to go home much earlier. Keep in mind that the Main Street shops stay open after the park closes, which means you can get your shopping done at the end of the day and not have to carry around with all that stuff throughout your day. unless of course you want Disneyland Park exclusive Pandora charms, in which case you might want to get them earlier on. I hope you found this useful and enjoy your time at Disneyland.